Hi, everybody. I'm DJ Sixsmith. Welcome to Sit Down. Martha Teichner is here with us. She's got a brand new book, When Harry Met Minnie, from CBS Sunday Morning. Martha, really nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to meet you.
So, I recently became a dog owner, so I am fully immersed in the dog world. I am so excited to talk about dogs, and dogs have been a big part of your life. So, what was it like writing this book?
Well, the book was bittersweet in a way because of it was re-immersing myself in the whole story that was sweet and lovely on the one hand, but sad on the other. It was like going to a movie you love again and again, and reliving it, and I loved that, and that's why I wrote the book, and it just gave me this chance to not let the story end.
It's really a story that I feel like could be made into a movie. It's that incredible. So,
Oh, please, yes.
I think everybody would love to see it. Can we go back to the beginning here? Because you had a dog already, and you had a friend that introduced you to somebody who was dying with cancer that had a dog. It's just this chance meeting at a farmer's market. So how did it all come together?
Well, it was really strange because I hadn't seen this person, Stephen Miller Siegel, for a year or two. We used to see each other walking our dogs at Chelsea Piers, which is along the Hudson River. And then he moved to another part of the city. And I hadn't seen him for, as I say, a couple of years. And all of a sudden, there he was at the farmer's market. And I go to the farmer's market pretty much every Saturday, but I had never seen him there, never. And 20 years and never seen him there. And if I had not been at exactly where I was, exactly when I was standing there, I never would have seen him at all. And none of this would have ever occurred. And so it was this just uncanny chance encounter that set in motion a very rich, meaningful part of my life that changed the lives of the lady whose dog I adopted before she died, and enriched my life and it gave Minnie and Harry a chance to fall in love and be happy dogs together.
So what was it like when Harry first met Minnie?
They completely ignored each other. Stephen brought Carol and Harry over to my building in his car, and we sat out on the stairs and the stoop in front of the building. And uh, Harry was eager to get into the treat bag in my pocket, and Minnie wanted to completely disavow Harry. And so she flopped herself around so that she put her behind in his face. And just until the very end, just before he left, she wouldn't even face him and look at him. She just completely turned her back on him. It got better after that. By the third visit, they were inseparable.
So you mentioned that this was a life-changing moment, life-changing experience. What were some of the biggest surprises just about Harry coming to the picture, and even just the impact on you and everybody else in your life?
Well, the biggest surprise was this chance encounter that led to this important set of experiences. And in a way, what surprised me was the fact that I discovered I really needed and wanted to let this whole experience in. We as we get on in our lives, our jobs, our families, our routines, our friends, all kind of become they set our schedule, and sometimes we find that we're not open to something exciting or new or even sad changing what happens to us. And what surprised me is my willingness and my eagerness to let this all unfold, knowing that parts of it would be sad. And I realized that we need to say yes.
I think that's great advice in general. And, for me, I was not somebody who grew up with a dog. My wife wanted a dog. I said yes to that. It's been an amazing experience. What has been the best part of being a dog owner, in your opinion, when you think about
Well, to me, it's the relationship with a dog. dogs are not just stuffed animals on a bed. They're living beings that have emotions and are, in my opinion, are perfectly capable of love and pain and sadness and loss and mourning and so on. And being a dog owner to me is having a relationship with the animals. And I don't have much family, and it's everything to me to have my dog or dogs, depending on what part of my life it's been.
That's really beautifully said. And, for such a long time in your career, you've had a way with words with your reporting, going back to CBS News Days and CBS Sunday Morning. What are you most proud of when you think about your career, and especially, the stuff you've done recently with CBS Sunday Morning?
Well, in a funny way, the thing I'm most proud of is not part of my work. I talk about it in the book. I again, completely by chance, walked into a situation where I was able to help save nearly 40 acres of land that my family once owned and give it to a land conservancy in northern Michigan. And again, chance encounter, walked into something having no idea that I was being thrust into the right place at the right time. And being able to do that is the thing I'm probably most proud of in my whole life. In my career, I would say that a couple of things. It's sort of bookends. I came along at a time when women were still breaking down barriers. The first woman to do X, the first woman to do Y. And although I wasn't the only woman who was doing all those things, I was part of the generation of women reporters in television who was breaking down barriers. We were breaking down barriers in terms of being able to be sent to cover wars, to be in prominent positions, not doing just kind of easy feature stories. And so on the front end of my career, I was able to break down those barriers. And in a funny way, at this end of my career, I think I'm breaking down barriers in the sense that I'm still here. Um, I I feel accepted. I don't feel sidelined. I am given, and I hope I earn the opportunity to be seen and heard and taken seriously by people who are my age and people who are much younger, who are your age, without people making judgments. And so for women to still be around when they're over the age of, say, 50, and in my case, over the age of 70. I am very proud of that because uh, I like to think that we have a right to contribute at any age.
I 100% agree with that. And I hope you do stories for the rest of your life, whether it's written on TV, etc. When people pick up your book and read it, what are some things you want them to feel? Because some people look at this story and say it was fate, it was luck, everything happens for a reason. What are some of the thoughts you want people to have here?
I want people to understand again that they can be open to unexpected opportunities for friendship and love, and that even if some of those experiences can be sad, they also can be rich and happy at the same time. I want people to appreciate the relationships that dogs can have. The other thing is, in the book, one of the things that I tried to do is give Carol Fertig, the person whose dog I adopted, a legacy. And I wanted to give the dogs a legacy. Somebody says, "Oh, my dog died." Um, and people kind of say, "Okay, oh, I'm sorry." But they don't think about that dog being Minnie or being Harry or being whatever the dog's name is, and having a whole life and being part of a whole set of experiences that you have had together. And dogs deserve a legacy too. They deserve to be remembered and not just sort of dismissed and forgotten.
really beautifully said. Martha, really nice to meet you. Thanks so much. Congratulations on the book, and we'll be
Thank
watching.
you.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Ta-da. There, Minnie, whoops, Minnie and Harry.
Oh, that's a cute chat. Thanks, Martha.
Thank
Really
you.
nice to meet you.